Once upon a time in a busy city called Greenfield, there lived a young man named Jake. Jake was 20 years old and worked as a janitor in an office building. Every day he cleaned floors and emptied trash cans. Although his job was not very glamorous, Jake always smiled and did his best. One sunny morning, while Jake was cleaning the lobby of the big office building, he noticed something strange. A beautiful woman in a sharp business suit rushed in with her phone pressed to her ear. Her name was Emily Carter, and she was the CEO of one of the largest tech companies in the country. Jake had seen Emily before on TV. She was smart, powerful, and inspiring. He admired how she changed things for people with her inventions. But today seemed different. Emily looked worried. Suddenly, as she walked quickly through the lobby, Emily slipped on some wet floor that had just been mopped by another worker who forgot to put up warning signs. In an instant, she fell hard to the ground. Jake's heart raced as he saw what happened. Without thinking twice about it, he dashed over to help her up. "Are you okay?" Jake asked with concern in his voice. Emily groaned, but smiled weakly at him. "I think I twisted my ankle," she said softly. Jake carefully helped her stand up and noticed that people around them were staring, but no one came forward to help. Everyone seemed too busy or afraid of getting involved. "Let me take you somewhere safe," Jake offered bravely. With Emily leaning on him for support, they walked outside into the fresh air, where it felt cooler than inside the stuffy building. "Thank you for helping me," Emily said gratefully as they sat down on a nearby bench. "Most people would just walk past." "I couldn't just leave you there," replied Jake shyly but proudly. "You're important." Emily smiled wider now despite being hurt. It warmed Jake's heart to see her smile again after such an unfortunate fall. As they sat on the bench, Jake noticed a bandage on Emily's wrist. "Have you been hurt before?" he asked. "Yes," she replied, looking thoughtful. "I've had my share of accidents while working hard to build my company. But I always get back up." Jake admired her determination. "You're really brave," he said, his eyes shining with respect. Emily looked at him and noticed something special about this young man in his janitor's uniform. Despite his humble job, there was kindness and strength in his words that stood out to her. "Thank you for helping me today, Jake," she said sincerely. "I owe you one." "It's no problem," Jake replied quickly, feeling a little shy again, but happy that he could help someone so important. As they chatted more while waiting for help to come, Jake shared some of his dreams with Emily. He told her how he wanted to study computer science one day and invent things too, just like her. Emily listened intently. She loved hearing about people's dreams and hopes. "You know what?" Emily said after a moment of silence filled with thoughts. "How about I help you make your dream come true?" Jake blinked in surprise. He couldn't believe what he heard. "Really? How?" "I can connect you with some people at my company who run internships for young talent," Emily explained enthusiastically. "If you're interested in technology and computers as much as I think you are, this could be a great opportunity for you." Jake felt like jumping up from the bench. His heart raced with excitement, but also nerves at the idea of leaving his janitor job behind for something completely new. "I'd love that," Jake exclaimed breathlessly, but then added cautiously, "But would they really want someone like me?" "Of course! Everyone deserves a chance if they are willing to learn," she reassured him confidently. Just then, an ambulance arrived to check on Emily's ankle injury, a small twist that would heal soon enough. But it was clear that this meeting was only the beginning of something far greater than either expected. As they got ready to part ways after exchanging contact information, something which made Jake feel both nervous and thrilled, Emily gave him one last piece of advice. "Believe in yourself just as much as I believe in your potential." With those final words echoing brightly in his heart, Jake rushed back inside the building when it was time for him to go back cleaning floors. But now everything felt different. It felt alive. Days turned into weeks where every morning seemed brighter than before, because now he had hope racing through him like never before. Jake threw himself into his janitor job with newfound energy, fueled by the promise of opportunity that Emily had offered him. Each sweep of the floor and every trash bag he took out felt lighter, as if he were preparing for something greater. He started to spend his evenings researching computer science online, He watched tutorials, read articles about coding languages, and even downloaded free software to practice on his old laptop. With each new skill he learned, Jake felt more confident about reaching out to Emily again. After a few weeks of preparation, Jake finally mustered the courage to send her a message. He wanted her to know how much her support meant to him and that he was ready for whatever opportunities she could help him find. Hey, Emily, I've been working hard on learning coding since we last talked. I can't thank you enough for believing in me. If there's any update on those internships you mentioned or advice you'd have for me moving forward, I'd love to hear it. He hit send and instantly felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. What if she didn't respond? What if she forgot about their conversation? Only a few hours later, his phone chimed with an incoming message. Hi, Jake. I'm so glad to hear from you. Your enthusiasm is inspiring. I'll reach out tomorrow. I'm sure we can find something that fits your interests. Jake's heart soared at her words. The next day couldn't come soon enough as he waited anxiously for Emily's response. He practiced code snippets between cleaning shifts while imagining what an internship would be like. The following afternoon brought another text from Emily. I spoke with the team at my company. They're impressed by your initiative. They want you in an interview next week. His stomach flipped with excitement, but also nerves at the thought of stepping into the corporate world where everything seemed intimidatingly polished compared to his janitorial uniform. As days passed leading up to the interview, a flurry of emotions filled Jake's mind, anticipation mixed with trepidation. But there was one thing holding strong above all else. The belief planted by Emily's words that echoed like a guiding star in his journey ahead. On the day before the big interview, however, things took an unexpected turn when Jake received another text from Emily. Hey, Jakes, there's been a bit of chaos here. Our tech lead has been injured unexpectedly in an accident. Concern flooded over him as he read those words. He could only think about how serious injuries could be, but also how this threw everything into uncertainty, including whether there would be any chance left now for him. What does this mean? He thought anxiously while pacing back and forth through quiet hallways, late that night after finishing work early before heading home alone. Just then came another ping on his phone, a reply from Emily bringing hope amidst worries. We're still going ahead with interviews. We just need someone who can up quickly until things stabilize here. Jake paused, knowing exactly what was happening inside himself. The desire ignited within him now burning brighter than ever, because somehow, this might be his moment. Suddenly feeling electric like never before, despite all odds against them both. It struck deep down where dreams lived. All he'd fought through led right back into focus. A chance not merely at being selected, but potentially making himself essential. Without hesitation anymore, than minutes passing after receiving those messages, and daringly fueled by sheer instinct more than anything else, he typed back, I'll do it. It wasn't just talk, it more than statements exchanged over texts. It symbolized courage rising amidst fears cascading around them both. Would they see it too? With freshly awakened resolve propelling forth every beat inside towards what awaited tomorrow morning when things turned tangible beyond fantasies birthed late-night code practice sessions. It formed part living reality, rather fast becoming real-life goals, chasing dreams, turning meaningful paths, yet uncovered along horizons, still shimmering up ahead, beckoning boldly, inviting discovery, calling onward. As dawn broke the next morning, Jake stood in front of the mirror, straightening his collar and adjusting his shirt. He practiced his smile, trying to shake off the nervousness that stuck to him like an unwelcome shadow. Today was not just any day. It was a chance to step into something bigger than himself. Arriving at the office, he marveled at how different everything looked compared to his usual surroundings. The sleek lines of modern furniture and the buzz of conversation felt surreal. It was intimidating, yet exhilarating. Jake took a deep breath and reminded himself why he was there. Emily believed in him. When he met with the team for interviews, he found himself discussing everything he'd learned over these past weeks, the coding languages he'd explored, projects he'd attempted, and even shared how those late-night practice sessions had taught him about perseverance and problem-solving. Each question posed felt less like an interrogation and more like a conversation among peers who understood how challenging this journey could be. The tech lead's absence became apparent as Jake sensed some urgency within their queries. They needed someone adaptable who could learn on the fly. As hours passed during discussions, filled with technical jargon intertwined by laughter breaking through tension, Jake's mind raced ahead, connecting dots beyond just job requirements, but rather weaving dreams into possibility should they grant this opportunity unto him. After a long day filled with anticipation that seemed endless until finally came their conclusion, a lead engineer extended an invitation towards further training opportunities contingent upon Jake stepping into their ranks temporarily until things stabilized post-accident involving their regular tech lead. With disbelief mingled with joy coursing through him, now unabashedly radiating from every smile shared among hopeful colleagues, he graciously accepted. That evening, as applause echoed softly around them, celebrating new beginnings, Jake felt immense gratitude towards Emily, whose belief sparked this journey forward, igniting paths seemingly hidden beneath layers of uncertainty, now laid bare before anxious eyes seeking light, illuminating fresh directions, leading far beyond mere survival through struggles endured. Weeks turned into months as he embraced each learning curve while adapting rapidly under pressing circumstances, casting aside self-doubt, gradually transforming apprehensions birthed from humble past experiences, giving way toward newfound confidence, blossoming steadily alongside friendships forged amidst shared workloads, creating bonds deeper than any resume could ever represent, showcasing resilience cultivated within. Finally, one day, after successfully completing another milestone project together, Jake received an unexpected message again from Emily, extending her enthusiasm, bursting forth vibrantly proclaiming, "Congratulations on your progress. You've proven yourself invaluable here." A wave of fulfillment washed over him, knowing none were simple coincidences nor luck. They stemmed instead, directly rooted back down deeply seated beliefs sown carefully during moments once spent. Mopping floors, dreaming up futures unseen, yet resolutely chased, holding on to faith amidst fears, guiding onward, ever brighter toward horizons yet unfolding, revealing extraordinary potential, waiting patiently, deserving discovery, meant solely for those daring enough, breaking limits imposed along paths sought forward. Lesson: in life, belief in oneself often begins with others believing in you first. When faced against odds stacked high, we must embrace every challenge placed before us, not merely contemplating our limitations, but rather recognizing possibilities hidden underneath, persevering tenacity fueled by connections made along our journeys that may ultimately lead us somewhere we never imagined possible. If only we dare to take that first courageous step forward towards uncharted territories awaiting discovery. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't hesitate to like the video and share it with your friends too. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell for more fascinating stories. Have a nice day.